The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
So let's start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you and welcome everybody to this webinar. This is our webinar on derivative markets.
Yeah. Mr. Devarsh, I will just introduce to you and then we can begin.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of HDFC Securities, I welcome you all for this session on weekly FNO outlook. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Tarang Solani. I am product manager for derivative, and along with me, we have Mr. Devarsh Vakil, deputy research head, who will give us the weekly FNO outlook on the market. So before starting, we'll brief you the flow for today. Mr. Devarsh Vakil will give you the outlook for the market, and being tomorrow is the monthly expiry. So this will help us to take the expiry view, and post that I will brief you about the new feature of Pro Terminal. And post, we will open this forum for Q&A session. So without wasting any time, I will hand over to Mr. Devarsh Vakil, which is our deputy researcher, to brief us about the weekly FNO outlook. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Tarang. So welcome to this webinar. So straightly, let's jump into the content. Nifty and Bank Nifty open interest analysis for this series. It shows that there is a short build-up. We have seen about 30% build-up of positions in Nifty, and Nifty has fallen by 7%. Similarly, Bank Nifty, we have seen about 10% rise in open interest and 7%, 6% fall in Bank Nifty. So here 30% rise in open interest, 7% fall, 10% rise and 6% fall. So both Nifty and Bank Nifty, overall we have seen some kind of short build up in the series. Or the option data as of the expiry, if we see today, we have seen that the around 16,200 calls have been written, and if we see the puts 16,000 and 15,800 during the series, we have seen the build up, and maximum amount of pain is around 16,100. So this is where we are likely to see most kind of volatility. So today the Nifty has closed around 16,000 level. If we cross 16,200 level, then it will lead to a huge short covering. Let's see what has happened in the today. So as you can see, at 16,200, we have seen a huge build-up of position. A lot of calls have been written, around 58 lakhs. Around 16,300, 25 lakh calls have been written, and around 16,100, 27 lakh calls have been written. So basically, traders are confident that markets are unlikely to go beyond 16,200, 300 level, and they have aggressively shorted the calls. While you can see here, no writing of puts, people are actually cautious. They are worried that if markets were to close, break those 16,000 levels tomorrow, what kind of downside is there? So traders have not written any puts aggressively. So what we can surmise is that market sentiment is weak. Short-term traders are afraid of writing puts, because when there is a fall, usually we see a large fall in Nifty, where 200, 300 points. So if international cues are negative tomorrow, then do not try to bottom fish. Wait for the expiry to get over. After expiry, we will take new positions. If international cues are very positive tomorrow, and if you see that the Nifty is opening beyond 100 points higher, so right now it has closed around 16,000 level. If there is a gap up opening of 100, 150 points, then expect a huge round of short covering because people have gone short at 16,000, 16,100, 16,200 calls. So right now for this expiry, we have seen some short build up. Market is as such weak. The sentiment is weak. So we will wait for this expiry to get over before doing any bottom fishing. Let's see what FIs have done. So for the series, they have started uh, covering their shorts. So as I explained in the last webinar, from 12th of May, their long to short positions actually made a bottom. They have started covering their short positions. So from 12th of May, we see that this ratio has gradually moved up to 20 and it has gone to 0.65. In last two sessions, they have actually gradually increased the short positions and reduced their longs. But overall, compared to the lower levels, most of the shorts have been covered, and now it is more or less balanced. 0.59 is the ratio now. Let's look at the participant wise. So as you can see from this, gradually after shorting for the whole series, from 12th of May, gradually FIs have reduced their shorts and created a little bit of long. Proprietary traders are more or less flat, while clients, the retail investors who have built a sharp long position, are gradually booking losses. More or less, they have now reduced their positions. So what is the outlook? So overall, if you have a long position, first and foremost, most important thing is to keep a stop loss as 15,800 levels, because below 15,800 we may see major downside in the markets. So that's the first takeaway. Second, we are in this range between 15,800 to 16,200. If you ever see markets breaking 16,200 over the next series, then there will be a sharp short covering also. So let's right now, tomorrow, international cues will drive the tomorrow's expiry, but little longer term, over the next 15 to 20 days, keep these two levels in mind, 15,800 and 16,200. Right now, sentiment is weak. International cues will drive tomorrow's expiry, and if it is a weak closing in US markets, expect downside in the market from 16,000 levels to 15,800 kind of levels. Let's look at the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty short-term trend is positive compared to Nifty. We are saying that the Bank Nifty is relatively outperforming. We have seen some kind of short covering in last few days. 33,500 to 34,000 is the range where we have seen a lot of put writing happening. So 33,800 should be the stop loss for all long positions. Below 33,800, we may see a sharp fall in Bank Nifty. And on the higher side, 34,800 to 35,000 will act as a very strong resistance. So basically a big move below 33,800 on the 33,800 on the lower side, and around 34,800 to 35,000 on the higher side. And within this 1,000 point range, we may wait. We will sell around higher level of 34,800. And if it comes to 33,800, we can cover the shorts. So this is the broad range, but overall I see that the there it is relatively stronger compared to Nifty. And long position 33,800 should be the stop loss. So this is the broad outlook we wanted to share. Tomorrow expiry is going to be little volatile. Markets have corrected and the sentiment is weak. So keep proper stop losses in the long positions. Overall, traders have not created short positions for put options for tomorrow. So downside could be, if international cues are negative, we may see a larger downside. And on higher level, as I've mentioned, beyond 16,200, we can see a big rise. That's all. Over to you, Tarang. Can you please show the new developments which is there on the pro terminal side?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Devarsh, for the outlook on market. So friends, now we have seen a lot of developments in Pro Terminal. So out of which I will just give you some brief about the developments which you can see in the option strategies. So in the expiry time, you all must be familiar that trading strategies are a good tool to trade into the market. Now, if any of the client who wants to see a ready-made option trading strategies, they can see that how through Pro Terminal you can see your option trading strategies based upon your view. So now, firstly, you need to log into HDFC Securities website, www.hdfcsecurity.com. So in it, once you log in, you need to log in with your credentials. So once you log in with your credentials, the N-Trade and Empowered, which is a basic web-based portal, will get open. You will be if you want to redirect to Pro Terminal, just click on Pro Terminal. And under it, suppose you want to build a strategy for Nifty. So what you need to type Nifty over here in the code box. Sorry. So go to Pro Terminal, type Nifty in the code box, and in it there is an option called strategy. Now, suppose you have a bullish view on the market for tomorrow, or you have certain kind of a view or bearish view. So based upon that, what you can do, you can select the date you want this strategy till open. So this will be your target date. So tomorrow, if you're in expiry and if you have a view that market will go down, you can type a target price, whatever target price you have, and post that. You can click here for the strategy. So these are all strategy combinations which you will be getting it in our Pro Terminal. So this is a ready-made strategy-based tool. So there are various strategies which will guide you what options to buy, what options to sell, different types of strategies, and based upon that you can initiate some of the strategies from here. So it's very simple to initiate a strategy. You don't have to have any kind of a knowledge. You just have to have a view and your target date. Once you fill in the details, you will get all the strategies in just one single click. So this is one good tool which you can use on a day-to-day basis if you are initiating any kind of a strategy. So that's it from our end. Now we'll just open this forum for the question and answer section. If anyone has any kind of questions, we'll request to please write on the question and answer section and we'll reply back.
Depending upon the screen you are using, you will have a question mark on your screen. Type right on the question mark. There is click on the question mark. There will be one box. On that you can ask your question. So we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes to question queue to assemble. So right now I can see one question from Zubin. He is asking about volatility index. So basically, when you want to see whether option premiums are higher or lower, that's where you can look at this index. Right now, because of the uncertainty in the market, overall VIX is relatively high. Last 1 year, we see that usually around 18 to 19 it remains, but as of now, it has gone up to 25, 26. Particularly for today, since there was relatively low volatility in the index, hardly few 100-point movement, so VIX has come down to 25.28. So it has relatively corrected today. Higher VIX means people are worried. It is also also known as the fear index. So when people are fearful, the index will be higher. When people are not fearful, people are happy, greedy, this index will go down. Tarang, there is a question from Jayashankar that what are the charges to use the Pro Terminal?
So we have a plan of rupees 1,999 to subscribe for the Pro Terminal on a yearly basis. And also, if you want to avail, there is a discounted rate also in the derivative value plan. So if you offer derivative value plan, wherein you will be also having access to rupees 20 per order for all your futures and options brokerage, and also we will give you a pro terminal free of charge. So I'll just give you the link of that. I will type in the chat box. You can just subscribe through that link. It is just 199 rupees plus tax. You can avail this offer. You will get an access to pro terminal and also rupees 20 per order. So I'll just type in the chat box. You can refer from there.
Ravindra Jain is asking, is
Yes.
virtual trading possible? So no, this is a market where it gives you live prices, and using this pro terminal you have to execute in the real market. Rahul is asking about the next month market. So right now, after tomorrow's expiry, we don't see much downside in the market unless some global negative cues emerge. So around 15,600, 700, we can see some kind of support for the market. It depends upon the international cues in the short term. Overall, right now market sentiment is weak, so do not be aggressive in the long position. Compared to Nifty and Bank Nifty, the mid cap and small caps are relatively very weak. So there, it's possible that there could be bigger downside. Let's wait for this expiry to get over, and once the next expiry is over, international cues are positive, then there is a possibility of a bounce back. So overall, keep your 15,800 as a stop loss for your long positions. That is the advice. So Tarang has shared the link with the customer. Okay. Shankar is asking, so it's a 1 year, the plan is for the 1 year. Once you buy it, you can use it for 1 year. Right, Tarang? Tarang, what is the validity?
Subscription charge? The plan is for 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is an annual.
Tarang, your voice is not very clear. Anyway, internet connection could be a problem. So Mahesh is asking, how once you go, so once you connect to the log into our website, then on the main page you will get in the right hand corner the pro terminal written there. If you click it, you will be able to access it. Log into our HDFC securities website, and then on the trading page you will be able to click on the pro terminal. So that's all. We don't have any more questions, correct? So we can wrap this up.
Yes. So thank you, Mr. Devarsh, and thank you all for attending this session. We will come out this weekly session on every week Wednesday. So request you to all to attend the session to have a brief understanding on FNO outlook. So again, thank you all and happy trading. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for
joining.
Yeah, we are closing the webinar.